SEC Network analyst Roman Harper joins us each week, courtesy of MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND and get a 300% deposit bonus in the casino. 300% of your initial deposit in the casino when you use code NEXTROUND. Plus, we'll throw in 50 free spins. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag, code NEXTROUND.
Everyone is wanting to know as Roman Harper joins us. Roman has hinted about one gap that he has saw in Alabama's defense, and he's hinted, but he was never going to say it because he didn't want opposing coaches to find out through our interview with him where the hole was in the Alabama defense.
That's right. Didn't want the opponent to know.
I think all of our fans are wondering, has that been exposed yet, or is there still yet another hole in this Alabama defense?
Well, let's ask the man himself. Here is Roman Harper from the SEC Network. He joins us each week courtesy of MyBookie.ag. Code NEXTROUND, 300% bonus in the casino right now with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. What do you say, Harp? How are you, buddy?
What's up, guys? Happy Thanksgiving. It's funny because you guys even text me. Dunaway texted me like during the game of Oklahoma. Hey, I know this is. Can we say off the record? Anything I say is on the record, so I don't care. I'm just honest. And yes, not covering the edges has been an issue. These are glaring holes that I've been seeing all year long. They still got a couple other things they got to get cleaned up in the secondary as well. Things that I just feel that are just unsound if you're trying to do this for all 13 weeks in a season. It can work from a week-to-week basis. But it will not work continuously if this is what you're allowed to do certain times. I think their eyes are in the wrong places. And when your eyes are not in the right place, your body will kind of get out of position at times. And that's what tends to happen in the secondary. It's still very, very interesting, though, because this Auburn team is a dangerous team who's better than their record would say they are. And what I just saw Oklahoma do in the run game, just lining up and running the football at Alabama all game long with no real threat of passing the ball. And you still have no ability to be able to stop them. If Auburn sees that, Auburn's like, dude, we're revving up Jarquez Hunter for a long day. If he gets 35 carries, I would not be shocked. That would be my game plan, my mindset if I'm Auburn, even though I know Auburn wants to throw the football because they got 5 stars out there that they want to give the ball to.
Yeah, but Auburn's personnel in this game technically better than what Oklahoma put on the field because Peyton Thorne and Jackson Arnold, I'd give you a wash there at this point of their progression. Jarquez, more proven than the Oklahoma running back. And then Auburn at least has healthy threats at the receiver position. So you can't sell out to come up. I mean, I think Auburn goes into this game if they just use the Oklahoma game plan with better personnel. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. Not only that, but the offensive line is better too. Oklahoma's offensive line has been atrocious versus everybody except for the University of Alabama. So Look, last week was very, very frustrating, and it's understandably so. If you're an Alabama fan, you should be frustrated. You know, this team they've been really good at home, and they've not been good at all on the road, especially in SEC play. And it's so confusing because you don't know what to believe or what to know with this team. You go out there, you beat Georgia and survive in the second half. Then you follow it up by losing to Vandy. Then you have another couple good wins in between. Then you go in Tennessee, your offense doesn't even show up. We don't know who showed up that game. It looked bad. They were undisciplined, the penalties, all those other bad things that come back. Then they beat LSU the way that they did. You guys are celebrating it. I'm telling you, it's some holes out there. Just be careful, but we celebrate it. And then all of a sudden you follow that up with a really, really bad loss to Oklahoma when your whole season's on the line, that you got playoff potential. Like you're ready to go and you're ready to hit that next stride. And instead, that's probably the worst performance I've seen out of this team. And so, especially on the offensive side, they never had any type of rhythm, from the drop passes to not being able to run the football effectively to being off throwing the football, like just all facets of the game, turnovers as well. And then defensively, for them to be able to just line up and run it right down your face, like that was very, very frustrating. You just have not seen the Alabama defense get dominated like that versus many teams, especially an Oklahoma team that have been inept all year long offensively. And so now, understanding all those things, it sets up prime time for Auburn, Alabama in this Iron Bowl matchup. So it's really exciting if you're an Auburn fan.
Roman Harper is with us. He joins us each week, courtesy of MyBookie.ag. Code NEXTROUND when you sign on at MyBookie.ag. Gets you that 300% deposit in their casino right now. 300% deposit bonus to use in the casino, plus 50 free spins at MyBookie.ag. Code NEXTROUND. To Auburn in 1 second, but I do want to say one more thing about Alabama with you is as bad as that defense was, it really only gave up 10 points. I mean, they've been bad, and Alabama has overcome that. That was I don't know how far back, Harp, you have to go to find that bad an offensive performance by Alabama. I mean, that was
probably
atrocious.
since I was playing.
Yeah.
Probably since I was playing, with Shula and the boys, and we were just happy to get 10 points,
Were you on let's see, were you on that first team? This is one of the most memorable Alabama losses to me. It was that 03, was it 03?
The Oklahoma game?
No. I was definitely there. I was definitely
there.
there.
The 03 LSU game, right? When Saban came in and it was like 27-3.
Josh Reed?
No, that was another year.
No, that was 2001 was the Josh Reed. So 2003. Yeah, that was we just were not good.
No.
Everything was a struggle offensively.
Yeah.
Everything. Nothing came easy.
Yeah, and
everything was like pulling hair.
Yeah, and Saban called the dogs off in that game. And he was kind to you guys because that was an amazing LSU team, and it just did not match up. That's about as far. I mean, I'd probably have to go that far back to find one.
And it was like, you throw a quick screen out there, it gets intercepted because Kobe Prentice doesn't get the block. Then you got Milroe getting mad, yelling at people, and nothing worked. The run game, the pass game, every wide receiver's dropping the ball. And Nick Saban, I heard him say something the other day on the Pat McAfee show talking about Alabama. It's like when you see all those things start to happen early on in a game, it's usually a reflection of what they didn't get done during the week of practice that week of. And so your preparation wasn't right. Your mental wasn't right. Emotionally, you were not at the right place going into the game to understand the importance of this game and the magnitude of every single play. And so when you're always looking forward or we're looking big picture of the playoffs and all, you start to let the little things slip. And right now, Alabama's a team that does not do the little things right. They don't do all the little things all the time correctly. And it's really, really frustrating to see. And I hope Kalen DeBoer and this coaching staff has the time and the opportunity to finally get these guys going. But for me, at this point, it's a season lost because you didn't do the little things correctly all the time. And when you don't do those things, the little things don't matter. And nobody wants to talk about them until they cost you. And for me, the little things have cost this Alabama team multiple times this year.
I can't imagine there has been a time this year where Auburn probably has had more confidence than they do right now coming into this game. And that's what's wild about this. Alabama may be at the basement of their confidence, and Auburn might be in the penthouse of their confidence coming into this game. I did not see that going this way.
Hey, man, it's crazy how, expectations matter, right? Yeah. Where the person with the highest expectations are usually the person that ends up most disappointed. And the person with the lowest, I played golf the other day with my boy. He hadn't played in months. I'd been playing. I played awful. And I was up one shot on him. And I felt like I was stinging up the place. He hadn't played. He was like, dude, I'm hitting the ball great. And it's like the expectations. It's that's what it is. And so he was in a place of bliss and I'm angry. And we're both playing the same round of golf. And so that's where Auburn is right now. Auburn won a game. You hear it from their freshmen on that team right now coming out of the locker room, the stuff that they're saying. They're confident. They don't think they're going to lose to Alabama as long as they're on campus. And so that's a different mentality. You don't hear anything out of Alabama. I'm not saying bulletin board material works, but I think bulletin board material works. And so if you can use it to your advantage. I think Alabama needs to do that. And Alabama's been a better team at home as well this year. They look like a completely different person on the road in SEC play. If this was at Auburn, I'd be very nervous.
I believe the freshman being rolled out to say those things was a public relation hit piece by Hugh Freeze. I thought it was a brilliant move. We'll find out if that ends up being the case. Auburn wins this game. How? How does Auburn win this game in your opinion?
Jarquez Saunders gets 30 carries. Anytime he's had 20 or more carries, he's had a brilliant game. The only thing that slowed him down is Auburn offensively not giving him the ball enough. He's their special player. He's their best player on offense right now. And if you run the football, you do two things. You condense the game. You put it on your terms. And Alabama, we've seen, can give up runs. Alabama's not immune defensively in multiple facets. And once you get the run game going, then it opens up things in the pass game versus a young secondary. So for me, I'm running the football on and often and early in this game if I'm Auburn, all straight off the bus.
Roman Harper, SEC Network, for a few more moments. You in the NFL, I presume, have seen this, and certainly on the college level. a rookie in the NFL or a freshman on the collegiate level, sometimes that light just turns on, and that appears is what has happened with Cam Coleman. What have you seen from him other than just that, perhaps, that has caused him to play the way he's played over the last couple of games for Auburn?
Well, number one, he's getting more opportunities. The ball's getting thrown his way. Peyton Thorne's doing a good job of giving it to him in one-on-one situations. He had a really good game a couple weeks ago versus the directional school that I don't even remember that they played. But so that's how it kind of started. And then Texas A&M left him open. Texas A&M blew a couple coverages. You take advantage of it. And the young man's talented. He can run. He's big. He has great catch radius. He's somebody that you have to pay attention to at all times. And Alabama's DBs, it's going to be interesting how they play against them. And Auburn's going to give him some opportunities. I think that's what it kind of all boils down to. When you give the young man opportunities and chances to make plays in 50-50 shots, then he's going to make those. He's going to make his 50% of those. And that's what you're seeing. I really enjoy when you hear about these young players coming out of high school, they show up on these campuses and they start to make an impact. We knew that he was going to be able to, that this wide receiver class for Auburn was going to be something special and unique. I compared them to when they got the Ben Abumanu, Devin Aramashadu, Anthony Mix, and that whole little group of guys back when I was playing at Auburn. When they got those receivers next to, it changed everything on that campus. And maybe this is the budding start of that. This Auburn team has not been great and got the success and wins that they probably wanted this year, but they have been close in every game. And I assume this game will be close as well, just because it's in the Iron Bowl and just because the way Auburn's playing, as confident as they are, like you alluded to, but then also the way that Alabama's playing. And, hey, are they that confident in the man that they see in the mirror right now?
SEC Nation in Tuscaloosa leading into that game, so go out and support those guys, Roman, Laura, the whole crew over there, and also Roman and Cube coming up Monday night or Tuesday night?
Yeah, Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central.
Yeah, it's a different world than when you played. There's more freedom of movement. It was obviously chaotic when Coach Saban stepped down and Coach DeBoer came in with the roster. How chaotic could this become for Alabama if they don't make the playoffs after this Iron Bowl when it comes to guys in the portal? Could this be another situation where you see Alabama players testing the portal waters like you see at so many places in college football, or do you think Kalen DeBoer will be able to keep very calm roster movement down?
I'm hoping he keeps the roster movement down, but I kind of root for everybody to keep that down. But you never know what an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kid is thinking or what other opportunities he feels he has out there. I just do not know that. I know Alabama still continues to recruit at a higher level, but you got to try and recruit your own guys. This roster was really ravaged last year when Coach Saban left. And so now, as much as he can hold on to as much talent as he has, because you look at Alabama, it's not like talent's not an issue. It's like the little things. It's the holes in the defense. It's like it's 3rd and 2 and Oklahoma's in 12 personnel, 2 tight ends on the field, and you got 3 down linemen. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, are you really trying to stop them? Like, those are the little things that make Alabama unattractive. Everything else about Alabama is attractive. When you don't win, that's the only thing that holds you back at a University of Alabama. When schools like that can't recruit, can't get the players, or can't get the guys to stay, it's because you're not winning right. And so handle the little things, and everything else will take care of itself right now. I'm not worried about the max exodus as much as this is like, just go win ball games, and then guys don't leave because they don't want to be a part of a winner. That's the truth of the matter.
Do you think Texas A&M and Texas will be as insane as I think it will be? This you just spent some time in Austin. You're already shaking your head. This atmosphere should be almost unlike anything we've ever seen in a regular season game.
Well, yes, because it would have been even better if Texas A&M did not slip up versus Auburn.
Correct.
But Texas A&M, I learned something about them that I didn't think they had in them, which was they could be down 20 points and come back.
Yeah.
I didn't think Texas A&M had that type of firepower to be able to take it up another level, and they did. And so seeing that, it's going to be at Kyle Field. This is the one game that Texas A&M's had circled on the schedule since the schedule was released. This is one of 3 games that I thought Texas actually was going to have to compete against. It was Oklahoma because they hadn't beat them, even though Oklahoma was terrible. Georgia, which they lost to Georgia at home. And then this game at Kyle Field, just because of the hatred, the rivalry. Like, these 2 programs do not like each other. The fan bases extremely don't like each other. It's almost as bad as Mississippi, Ole Miss versus Mississippi State, but I think different. And so you got the Colt versus like the people that think they're a little bit better than everybody else in Austin, Texas. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great game, and I think Texas is a little bit nervous as far as a fan because these are games that they normally have tripped up on in the past, but they got everything right there in front of them. I think Sark has his team ready to go. I think this team is a little bit different than Texas past teams because when I talk to the players, they care about each other. I think the locker room itself will save it at the end of the day.
Was that the first time you'd ever met Matthew McConaughey?
Yes, it was. And he was just as fired up to meet us than we were to meet him.
Really?
He was a super cool guy. Yeah, super, super cool guy. I mean, everything that he says between him and Tebow, it was a whole bunch of emotions going on, a whole bunch of coach talk and positive vibes and, all this spiritualness like coming out. He's a lot like that. Everything he says is, it's very, very inspiring. Everything's inspiring with Matthew McConaughey, which is cool. I enjoyed it. And then we had some tequila that he has. It was great. I mean, we had tequila on live TV. That was awesome.
Yes, at like 10 in the morning. I saw that. I felt a bit
It
early.
wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was smooth. It was smooth.
Okay, good. All right, Harp. Appreciate you coming on today. Enjoy the trip over to Tuscaloosa. I know you know the place well, and we'll see you over there.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You guys going to be there?
Actually, no, which is why I should not have said that. I don't know why I said that at the end. Why I told you I would see you over there because I am not going to be in Tuscaloosa.
Because I did see you on the strip the one time I was driving by.
I know.
I saw you guys set up over there. So, I was going to say I'll come find you guys. Well, looking forward to it, man. Thank you, guys. I'm bringing my family in. So, about to hit this Highway 82, which I could probably drive with my eyes closed.
You've done it before, yes.
I've done it many, many times. So, I see you guys, man. Thank you, guys. Always happy Thanksgiving.
You too, buddy. Thank you, Roman.
That is Roman Harper, the former Alabama and NFL great, with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Harp has joined us throughout the season courtesy of MyBookie.ag. Code next round when you sign on at MyBookie.ag. And they give you a 300% deposit in that casino, 300% deposit bonus, 300% of your deposit. They bonus it to you to play with in the casino and 50 free spins. MyBookie.ag. That is code next round to get that deposit. Code next round with MyBookie.ag.